So, welcome everyone. So, not really taking much time, let's dive into a fascinating cognitive bias that we might have heard or seen or just saw that in our practice. Let me just share the presentation. Also, it's going to be an interactive session. So instead of just talking in the chat box, since I'm presenting, I won't be able to see the chat box. So whoever wants to answer to the questions that has been asked, you can just switch on your mic and let's talk here. I think that is clear. Yes. Mhm. Is my screen audible, visible for everyone?
Yeah, visible. It's Canva, not at
Uh,
all. Yeah.
yes, it's opening. Yes. The illusion of understanding. Why we think we know more than we do. All right, let's start with a small quote given by Albert Einstein. Have do we all know Albert Einstein? Can anyone answer?
Yes.
Yes. So he's a great German physicist and also known for his high IQ. Right. So his quote here is, "The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know." Can anyone tell meaning of this quote? Or just decode the quote?
Hi, it just mean it like there's a sea of knowledge more. Whatever I try to inquire, I go more deeper and deeper. I have to know more and more about the particular uh, topic, whatever we are thinking about.
Right. Yes. So what we know here, it's just a drop of water in an ocean. There's a lot more that we don't know. So today let's explore that. Let's explore the illusion of understanding. Yes. The illusion of understanding. It's a common psychological phenomenon where people believe they comprehend concepts, mechanisms, and systems more thoroughly than they actually do. So here people just assume that they know a lot, though there is a borderline. There is a border of what we know. There's much more behind what is to be learned. So here, the key characteristics of illusion of understanding. We overestimate our knowledge depth across domains. Uh, we are a psychologist, so a lot of the times we know a lot of things in different domains as well. But do we really know the depth of it? Do we really know the concepts behind it? Is the question. We mistake familiarity with genuine understanding. So, for example, if I have to ask, how many of you know how to ride a bicycle? Just open your mics and answer. Yes. I assume a lot of us know how to ride a bicycle, isn't it? Yes. So,
Yes.
yes. So, how many of us know how is the bicycle built? Do we know how it is built?
No.
Mostly no, right? Mostly no. So, we assume or we mistake familiarity with genuine understanding. Sometimes, when your bicycle breakdowns, we try to repair it first rather than going to a mechanic or the person who can make it well, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So we are often unaware of gaps in knowledge until it is directly challenged. Okay. Since we're all psychologists and talking about, the knowledge that we share or we have, so many of us know what CBT stands for and what it is, right? And we
Yes.
might have tested and tried CBT with a lot of clients. But do we really know the concept of CBT, and do you really think it is different with each client?
Yes.
Yes, it is definitely different with each client. So the understanding of us having CBT or understanding it is mostly different with each client. Right. So it's a common phenomenon that we all have. So let's dig deeper into this. Let's go more depth. So I want all of you to answer to this question. How many of you remember 10 phone numbers? 10 phone numbers. Nobody?
I do.
I hardly
Yes.
remember our family's phone numbers.
Yes. With the amount of mobiles that we're having right now, the attention span is a little decreased. So, yeah, hardly do we remember 5 phone numbers? Immediate family members and, 2 or 3
Yes.
important friends. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay. There's one more thing. So, mm, okay. Have you ever experienced this? You are trying to meet a person and the person is shaking hand from that side and you are trying to just wave at that person, but you tend to think, who is this person? I don't recall his name.
Yes.
Did it happen anytime?
Sometimes. Yes, sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens. Right. So let's try to understand why this happens. So before that, before trying to understand why this happens, we'll just do a small activity, myth busting. So we'll start with one by one. We use only 10% of our brain. How many of you believe this? We use only 10% of our brain. Okay. Have we ever heard this from anyone?
Yes.
I guess yes.
Yes. All right. So mostly, again, it's a myth, right? But we tend to
Yes.
think that we use only 10% of our brain. Most of the times, all our parts of the brain are, active. And even
Yes.
when we are resting, when we are sleeping, or when we're doing some other tasks, the other parts of the brain are still active. Right. Next one. Cracking your knuckles causes calcium deficiency. Have you ever heard this from your elders? I heard this from my father.
Yeah,
But
usually our
Yeah, yeah, like
grandparents.
that.
Yes. So, does it really happen? Cracking your
No.
knuckles causes calcium deficiency.
no, I
No.
haven't seen it yet. Not
No,
exactly.
there is a
Not
gap.
exactly.
There's a gap between the two bones, and it will make the result a bunch.
Correct. Correct. All right. Let's go to the next one. Eating late at night causes weight gain. I think a lot of
Yes.
us can relate to it.
Yes.
Exactly.
I'll hear frequently.
Right. Right. So, eating late at night causes weight gain. Is it a myth or a fact?
It's a myth.
It
It's a
depends on
myth.
many factors.
Yes, it depends on a
Yes.
lot of factors: calorie
Factors.
burn, calorie intake, calorie burnout, what kind of food we are taking or consuming at
Yes.
night, right? Next, more study time leads to better grades.
It's a myth.
Myth.
It's a
Yeah.
myth,
A myth.
a myth. Because quality of study is important, right? Though we are studying
Yes.
for half an hour or 1 hour, how much are we able to remember is important.
Yes.
Right. The next one. Sweating a lot means you're burning more fat.
It's a myth.
Myth. Right. Again, it depends on the calorie burnout.
Calorie burnout.
Right. It also depends on which environment are we in. Sometimes we are in AC and it doesn't sweat a lot.
Yes.
Right. So, why do you think we are all talking about myths, specifically these myths today?
Maybe we are
Yeah,
about to talk about the illusions.
Illusions. Some
English.
or other times, we might have already believed these statements, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So let's go to the next one. As the last time we have spoke about remembering phone numbers, we're trying to understand the psychology behind the illusion of understanding. Correct. Our brains have evolved efficiently to process information, often at expert of accuracy. Are we really remembering the right information? Or are we trying to understand the actual understanding of it? All right. So now the psychology behind it. The first part is limited working memory. We can only hold 5 to 9 items in working memory at once, making it difficult to simultaneously track all components of complex systems. Example, remembering phone numbers. Let's say we are trying to remember a phone number or a telephonic number that we used to have like 20 years ago. Are you all able to remember it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Your phone number, your uncles, aunts, grandmothers, grandfathers.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So now, can you remember your school phone number?
Not at all.
Not.
Mostly no, right?
Yes. Mostly no.
It,
Yeah.
it,
Absolutely.
it depends on the interest. If interest is
Yes.
there, we can remember.
Yes. It depends on the interest. So our working memory has only limited capacity for the information that we are holding immediately. For example, remembering phone numbers or remembering OTPs,
Yes.
the recent examples. Then next is metacognitive failures. We are poor at assessing what we know and don't know. The feeling of understanding operates separately from actual understanding. Sometimes, as we already discussed, the person is trying to wave from the opposite side, and we are waving from here, and we really don't know who this person is. Just you might have assumed that you might have seen him somewhere, but does not really remember his name. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So again, metacognition is about thinking, right? We keep thinking until the person comes near you. We keep thinking, what's
Yes.
his name? What's his name? Should I ask someone? Or I'll just reveal my name so that he will also reveal his name. We'll just shake hands.
Yes.
Right. So we'll try to cover that time. At the same
Yes.
time, our understanding goes with, do we really remember? No.
Yes.
Or the feeling of understanding operates from actual understanding. Now, we'll assume we might have known him. What is his name? Let's try to recall. Let's try to recall. But what's the real understanding here? We don't know. Right. So that happens. Okay. A quick question to all of you. What is 2 plus 2?
4.
Oh.
4. Wow. Right. Okay. Next question. What is 17 into 24?
Might need a calculator.
Yes, you might need a phone. You might need a phone or calculator. Right. Okay. So next question. Mm, who is president of India?
Draupadi Murmu.
Draupadi Murmu. Correct answer. Okay. Just tell me, how do you ask people what's your name in German?
I don't know.
Don't know, right?
Don't know.
Yes.
We don't know the language. Okay. In Hindi?
तुम्हारा नाम क्या है?
Yes.
तुम्हारा
नाम
नाम
क्या
क्या
तुम्हारा
है?
नाम क्या?
आपका नाम क्या है? Right. In a very simple language, it is divided into two thoughts. Simple. All right. Let's go into the second one. System 1 and system 2 thinking. Let's dive a little into our thinking. Right. So,
Yes.
system 1 thinking. Fast, automatic, intuitive thinking that creates simplify models. Right. Every day when we are trying to drive to office, to school, or to anywhere that you're going, we all tend to drive in, the familiar route that we all have. Recently, we are trying to follow Google Maps, but before that,
Yes.
aren't we familiar with a lot of routes?
Yes.
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 Previously, we used to, write in a notebook to show to our friends on how to reach from school to home. Yes.
I remember doing it.
Yes. So this is something very fast, intuitive thinking, automatic. So when someone asks your name, what's your name? or where you are from. Right. So, can you tell me, out of your personal experiences, on the one or two examples of system one thinking? It's a fast, automatic, intuitive thinking. Anyone? Just give me examples.
What's the name of our Prime Minister?
Yes. Yes.
First one.
Yes. Now, first prime minister. I think it is little difficult
Little difficult.
to remember who is first
But
prime minister now.
automatic fast recently experienced things.
So
Most happiest
and
moments.
our parents' name,
Yes, our parents'
friends'
names, our kids' names, most happiest moments.
our
Yes.
yes, our
Yes.
school,
Your
school's
school
name.
memories, your school friends.
Yes.
Right.
It is in a subconscious we will
Yes.
give it.
Yes.
First crush.
First crush. Oh, first crush. Yes.
Latest crush also.
Yeah.
Yes, latest crush. Who's your favorite movie hero, movie main
Yes.
character? And what is your favorite movie? What's
Yes.
your favorite food? Or what is your favorite song? These are the
Yes.
things that we immediately remember. Automatic
Yes,
responses, right?
Yes.
Now, let's go into the system two. Slow, deliberate, analytical thinking that require efforts. Yeah, as we already said, 17 into 24. That is something which calculator is required for.
Yes.
Alright. Or learning a new language. How many of you know at least 3 languages here?
I.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, a lot of us.
Yes.
Hindi,
Yes.
Telugu, English.
English.
Yes. Or someone might be very interested in learning different languages, Marathi,
Yes.
Kannada, Tamil, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Now, can you give me other examples for slow thinking, analytical thinking?
Remembering maths formulas.
Yes.
Formulas and
Remembering formulas,
tables.
tables. Yes, 1 to 10
okay.
table is something we know right now.
Something we know. Yes. 11 to 11 onwards, we can't
Yes.
remember. It's
Yeah, 11th
take
is
time.
still easy. 12th is
11,
something we can try.
yes. 13,
Right.
okay.
Right.
14th onwards.
German Wendy.
Correct. And
Yes,
learning a new language also.
Yeah.
Also, can I say answering
Okay, good.
questions in exam?
Yes, absolutely.
Right? We
Who
read the
might we
question.
don't
Right.
we are not interested
Right.
subjects.
Yes. So sometimes in the exams, and sometimes when you are asked to say something in the class, give 1 minute topics,
Yes.
sometimes you have to act immediately, sometimes you'll
Recollect.
be given that time to think about it.
Yes.
Right. Also, when you're asked to deliver a speech in an assembly, or right now, when you're asked to take a session,
Yes.
it happens. So the thinking happens in two systems. So the first one is automatic, intuitive. So there are also that comes in the both sections, system one and system two as well. Can you recall any examples from both the systems? Anyone? No?
A plus B whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB.
Yes, sir. So that can be the immediate answer. Now, taking this formula and asking us to solve a question, that takes some time and
Yes.
that requires some efforts, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's a
It
great
can
example.
also be system one thinking can be from A to Z, and system two can be from Z to A, Z to A.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's a great example.
Yes.
Right. So it just requires that efforts to think.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Let's go to our next effect or the next segment, Dunning-Kruger effect. As a lot of us here are psychologists, how many of you have ever heard about this cognitive bias?
Yes.
Yes. What is this cognitive bias according to you?
It is already in bias, ma'am, now.
It's already in bias. Yes, sir. So the Dunning-Kruger effects describes how people with limited knowledge in a domain tend to overestimate their expertise, while experts underestimate theirs. So to give you an example of this, let's say a chess player. A chess player is playing with all the beginners of the game, and he thinks that he's ready to get into the tournaments. And while the experts in the field,
The
as in
grand
great players
the,
of chess, the
the
grandmasters of
grandmaster will
chess,
be fearing actually.
yes, the grandmaster will be eager to learn new techniques every day, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, a lot of us, even now, even though we learned a lot of theories in class, we're still learning how to put it into the practical therapy sessions of us, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, why this Dunning Kruger effect occurs? First one, as knowledge increases, people become aware of how much they don't know. As I mentioned, everyday psychology practice. When we talk to each client, when we talk to each patient, we all think we go with a perception. Okay, let's uh, diagnose, or at least,
Yes.
okay, these are the symptoms that we see. Okay, this comes into major depression. We see a lot of symptoms like, as sir mentioned earlier about schizophrenia. Okay, there's a lot of drama that is happening. They are listening to so many audios or voices around them, and we put it into area of schizophrenia, right? It can be a lot of things. So when we meet client, when we take a lot more sessions, that is when we understand the depth. That is when we know, we learn with each client, and we become aware of how much we don't know, right?
Yes.
Yes. Beginners lack metacognitive skills to recognize their incompetence. As we earlier discussed about metacognition, think about thinking. So when we are
Yes.
trying to talk to a client, we just recall what they are trying to say. But are we really trying to think that, is it my expertise, or am I competent enough to handle this case, or am I good enough to take this client, or is it easy to refer to someone, right?
Yes.
So in our field, we see a lot of beginners tend to not recognize their competence, right? So recognizing the limits of your knowledge requires the knowledge itself. Here's the statement.
Yes.
So what is the limit of knowledge? I just want fresh answers from all of you. What is the limit of your knowledge?
Whenever you ask a question, it is limit of our knowledge, ma'am.
That's it, sir. Um, okay. So would anyone like to answer to this question? What is limit of our knowledge?
There is no limit
Think
to
no
our knowledge.
limit. Yes.
It's the
Yes.
ocean.
Yes.
Yes.
There is
Yes.
no limit for our knowledge. Every day, every moment, every
Infinite.
second, we are learning. So
Learning.
as we mentioned it earlier, we just know the drop of the ocean.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So we also have benefits of this illusion. Right. We'll talk about each benefit that this illusion gives psychologically. Cognitive efficiency. Detailed understanding of everything would overwhelm our cognitive resources. Simplified mental models allow us to function. Right. So, to give you more example about this, let's say we know how to, let's take an example of bicycle only. We know how to take out the each part of bicycle and repair it back and put it back in the same position.
Oh.
Now, everyone asks us to do the repairs of their bicycles.
Yes.
Yes. But sometimes when we just know how to, pull the chain into the right thing, how to fix brakes, just to understand where is our limit and where is our border. Right. Isn't it simple? for us to survive. Now, let's say we know a lot of things, right? As we mentioned, the bicycle. When everyone is coming and asking you to repair the cycle, would you feel overwhelmed? Or would you be like, yes,
Yes.
I will
Yes.
repair all of your cycles? And you are given only 1 hour.
Overwhelmed. We feel
On
overwhelmed.
payment basis, okay, ma'am.
Definitely.
Yeah,
See.
we feel overwhelmed, ma'am.
We feel overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
A lot of times it happens in our practice also. When the client comes, talks a lot about schizophrenia. Ma'am, I have schizophrenia. Is it because of the substance consuming, or is it because of my genetics? Is it because of something else? There's a lot of questions that comes up, right? And you
Yes.
tend to overwhelm on which information to take, which
Yes.
which is the right information. Is the client manipulative, or is he trying to give me the wrong information, isn't it?
Yes.
So sometimes having that know it all, we'll discuss more in the coming sessions. We'll explore your symptoms. We'll talk more about
Yes.
what your case is. Right. Simplified mental models. Right. That doesn't take us to that overwhelming feeling of knowing it all, but also taking advantage of that. Right. Next, psychological comfort. Believing we understand our world provides a sense of control and reduces anxiety about complexity and uncertainty. Right. Do you all think world is complex?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Small question. How many countries are there in this world? Listed. UN listed countries, let's say.
184.
One.
Yes. Around 184,
Yeah,
185.
194. Yes.
Right.
Adding recent Kailasam also.
Yes. So now, do we all know the names of presidents and prime ministers of all the countries?
No.
No, not
No.
possible.
Not possible. Mostly we'll be able to remember that first 10 countries, which are, very important.
Yes.
Yes.
Important
Nearby
for
countries,
trade. Yes. Important for
neighboring
trade.
countries.
Neighboring countries. Important for export and import. Isn't it? Right. So sometimes we assume that we know a lot about world, but having a very small information on our neighboring countries, or the trade, or even important countries, it gives a sense of comfort that reduces the anxiety, not knowing all of the complex issues going in our world. So that is also one of the benefit of the illusion. Right. Next is social functioning. The illusion facilitates social interactions by allowing for conversation and engagement across topics without requiring expertise in everything. Do we have to know everything while talking to a person, while interacting or having a conversation with them?
No.
No.
Not
No.
really required.
Not
Right.
really.
But
Yes.
let's take one example of a recent movie, Pushpa or Pushpa 2.
Yeah.
Just by not even watching the movie, we know the story. We heard it from our friends, or we heard it
Yes.
from our relatives. Right. Can we still talk about the movie?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Pushpa
We
the
can
rise
still
and
talk about
the rule and rise, both of them.
Cool and raised. Whatever information we know about the movie will just spill. And the opposite
Yes.
persons to us understands, oh, this person knows about this movie. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Does that give you confidence?
Yes.
Yes. Another benefit of the illusion. Right.
Yes.
It's only enough for the daily interaction or the social interaction. We just don't need to know every drop of water in the ocean. A few drops, a jug, or a balti full of water, or a bucket full of water, that's enough to interact with any other person. Right. So, yes. So, isn't it overwhelming when we all have these illusions? Like the know it all. Let's say you're sitting in a group of friends, or group of professionals around you. Now the situation comes to you, they'll give you a 1 minute topic and you have to talk, right? it gets overwhelmed, it gets difficult for us to remember all things, though we think we know a lot about this, isn't it?
Yes.
So I assume a lot of us here are Telugu speakers. If I ask you to speak continuously in Telugu for a minute, how many of you will be able to do it?
I
I.
hope I can do it.
Yes, that's
I.
great.
I can't
If
be
I
able to understand because I don't know Telugu. That is a problem hitting me.
Right. But with the daily interaction that we are having with people, we know that without using one or two English words, we will not be able to speak.
Yes.
Yes. So the
Even
illusion
yes,
is
yes, also
also.
same thing. Man.
Yes.
అవును అంటలేదు.
Yes. Yes. So a lot, there's a lot of stigma around this illusion as well, that know it all character, or we know everything, though we don't understand the depth of it. Right. So let's see how to reduce this illusion, or how to not affect in our daily life or daily practice. So first, explanation generation. So regularly practice explaining concepts in detail as if you are teaching someone else. This reveals gaps in understanding before claiming expertise. So does anyone want to talk about this? Or does anyone do this? Do you explain any concepts to yourself as if you're teaching to someone else?
Yes, I used to do
Yes,
that a
ma'am.
lot while preparing for my exams. Ever since I was a kid.
Right. So did it reduce that know it all character?
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Yes.
I could understand where I didn't know any of it. I could rephrase
Yes.
it. I knew when I didn't know.
Yes. That's right. So by regularly practicing the concepts, like as if you're teaching someone, it helps us in a way. Is there any other perception to it? Or is there any gaps in our knowledge on what can we learn more about this? How can we understand it in a better way? Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Cognitive reflection. Develop the habit of questioning your initial understanding. Right. I'll just give a statement here. CBT is known to cure stress. How many of you believe this? Nobody? Or
Yes.
did you used to believe this? Have you ever believed in this statement while we are in college, or while somebody is talking about this?
Yes, ma'am. We believe that's why you are doing it, practicing it.
Yes. So have you ever
Not
questioned or
fully.
challenged? Yes. Sir. Have you ever questioned or challenged, like, what is CBT? I want to know more. Even it worked with the first client. Did it work with the second client in the same way?
No,
No.
No,
No,
because
right?
it differs
everyone.
every time.
Yes. With every client, it's different. Have you ever questioned why is it not same for every client?
Mhm.
Because every
Yeah.
client is
Different,
different.
different,
Yes.
different food,
Every
different stomach, different digestions like this. So, like, yeah, different mind, different way of taking.
Yes. So different interventions, different techniques works with different clients. So that's when the habit of questioning your initial understanding. So that will work. Another example of this is estimating the interventions in the first session only. So let's say if someone has come with certain
Somehow
concerns.
possible.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. It happens, right? Okay, let's do CBT with this client, or let's try
Yes.
DBT. It
Yes.
happens, right? But when we go into the second session, or we going to the next session, that is when we understand more depth, more knowledge about the client's concerns. Yes. So also developing this habit of questioning will help in understanding the client more in upcoming sessions. So the next one is deliberate change. Seek out information that contradicts your current understanding. This helps identify blind spots in knowledge. Yes. As we discussed and as we are still discussing, seek out information. So, not just limiting our knowledge to textbook, but also having that practical knowledge. Have you tried this intervention on this client?
How
How many times it has worked, with what kind of clients it has worked, with what set of disorders it has worked, or with what set of concerns it has worked. So seeking more information, reading every day about new things, reading every day about new interventions that we can do this to the same client. What can we experiment, or what worked for us better in our previous sessions? So, seeking more information that contradicts current understanding. Does it really work this time, like it worked with the previous client? Or should I use any new technique? Or should I, paraphrase all of this and put it in a new way? That helps us reduce the illusion as well. So, the next one, metacognitive training, practicing distinction between familiarity with topic and genuine understanding of its mechanisms. So, now, Hmm, let's say SFBT. It's a solution focused brief therapy. So what we know about this uh, therapy is, it is used to solve problems. So it is used to make clients solve problems, and it is a one session therapy or a two session therapy, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
But do we genuinely understand its mechanism? How does it work? Or SFBT is only used with one comorbidity, or can we use CBT based and DBT based SFBT as well? We can, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, understanding the difference of what we know, how does it work? Right. We all have fridge in home. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It's used to store products, or not to be spoiled, or to put chocolates, or to have cold water.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
right. But do we know where that comes from? We
You
don't
don't
know,
have
right?
fridge.
We don't know how fridge works, how
Yes.
refrigerator works.
Yes.
Right. So, but we are familiar. When somebody asks about fridge, we just tell them, it is cool. 3-star fridge is good. 5-star fridge is good. 250 liters is enough. Right.
Yeah.
But do we really tell them, this is how the fridge is built. This is how, the cool air is coming from the fridge. Do we tell them?
No.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
if needed, ma'am.
Can you,
If needed.
if needed? Yes. Can
Yeah,
you
because
relate
there is
it
a
to your
compressor.
practice? Yes, sir.
There is a compressor, elongated coils, evaporator, expansion
Yes.
coils, everything.
Yes, sir. So, if we know, we will be able to explain it. Right. Genuine understanding of its mechanisms. That's a great example as well, sir. So, only when we know genuinely how it works or what is its mechanism, that is when we will be able to talk more. Otherwise, we'll end the conversation with the basic things only. Can we
Yes, ma'am.
relate it with our practice? With our practice as a psychologist?
Yeah.
Did it
Yes,
happen anytime? Like
Yes.
you're just familiar with the topic and you was asked to talk about it, but only then you understood there is a lot more by looking at different perspectives of this topic.
Yes.
Yes. So practicing the distinction, right? How much do we know? How much familiarity we have with this concept, and how much can we learn more about this? So this is also one of the strategy that we can use to reduce these illusions. So yes, we have almost come to the end of this. So before doing the conclusion, I just want to know, what did you understand from the session, or from what all we have discussed?
I understood how
Go back.
we can reflect upon ourselves and get a better understanding of our thought process.
Okay. All right. Anyone would like to talk about what they have understood or what they have learned from this?
I
Yeah,
would like to add on this,
previously,
like you. Okay, sir, please carry.
You can speak.
yeah, previously I thought I know 1%. Now I'm thinking I'm having 0.5%.
Okay. Okay. Would anyone like to answer?
Yeah, like rightly you said, no?
Some more examples or practical examples is needed.
Some more practical examples to understand the session, sir.
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay. So, yes, to conclude the sessions, the illusion of understanding represents a fascinating psychological paradox. As our knowledge grows, we often become aware of how much we don't know. Let's say, if we go back to Einstein's statement, the more I'm learning, the more I know I don't know much, isn't it?
Realize.
Yes, we realize. So, this known unknown phenomenon is actually a sign of intellectual development as well. So,
Yes.
there is an advantage of it, also, there is a disadvantage of it. As long as there are advantages, we should also understand how to take advantage of this disadvantage as well. That is psychology for you. All right.
Yes.
So, by understanding the psychology behind the illusion of understanding, we can become more thoughtful learners, more careful thinkers, and more effective decision makers, especially in the therapy sessions. By going with an empty mind, by going with a clean slate, we get to know a lot of information about the client, about what can we do in the next session, what interventions can be done to this client, what is that I can learn from this session. So this is what we wanted to talk about. The illusion of understanding is a boon, at the same time it is the disadvantage as well. So how much are we taking advantage of this disadvantage matters. All right, I'll just stop screen sharing. All right. So we have Q&A now. If anyone would like to question. Oh. So I saw a lot of feedbacks, a lot of things. Okay. Yes, whatever you have understood from the session. Now, what questions do you want to ask about the illusion of understanding? Or what do you want to learn more about this? Can you all switch on your mics and we'll be able to answer?
Any books you can suggest, ma'am?
Any books? All right, sir. I'll put it in the chat box.
Okay.
Or I'll put it in the group.
Yes,
So,
please.
all right. So, what is that one takeaway that we are taking from this session? Are we going with the know-it-all attitude, or we are going with a clean slate or a fresh mind?
Looking at things as they are.
Wow, nice answer. Looking at things as they are. Fresh mind. All right.
As your name suggests, so you have connected Kailasam and Vaikuntham, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
You are the bridge.
Yes, sir. We're all here to connect psychology with real world, how to take theory into
Yes.
practice.
Practice. Yes.
Yes,
It should be in practice.
yes. So again, I'll just end with the Albert Einstein's quote again. The more I learn about things, the more I know that I don't know about everything. So let's take this into consideration. Let's put this quote into practice and let's learn new things every day as psychologists. I think it's much needed for all of us in this current moment.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure. Yes.
Yes. So
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Vaishnavi. It's
Thank
really
you
a
so much.
very insightful session. Thank you so much.
We are expecting some more sessions in future also.
Yes.
Definitely, sir.
You're on the group now, madam. You are there,
Yes,
no?
sir. Yes, I'm in the group.
Please put our books on the group.
Sure, sir. I'll give the references and the books.
Ma'am,
Thank
can
you,
I
thank
get
you.
your PPT in your group, in our group, so that you can?
Sure, ma'am. We'll be sharing our PPT once the sessions are done.
Yeah, that will be
Yeah.
helpful, and we can refer it. again and again whenever we are getting stuck.
Yes, I'm sure. I'll try to add more examples as I get from the feedback. I'll add more examples and put it in the PPT, and then I'll share it with some.
Okay, ma'am.
All right.
Will you put it, will be an illusion, madam.
Okay, sir. So this is a small feedback form for this session as well. So it is put in the chat box. Sindhu, would you like to?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi. I have personally learned so much from just watching the presentation. It's more about understanding things as how they are, because as psychologists, we need to perceive things as how they are, not assume more and not fall into the illusion that we have absorbed all of it. Asking questions and always being curious is also good for us to learn. And this is a profession where learning doesn't stop for one day. You constantly need to update yourself and learn more and more. From each client, it's a new experience that you get. So from this, I have learned, and I hope everyone has learned the same from this.
Yes.
So thank you, and you will don't forget to give us a feedback. Fill the feedback form which is put in the chat box, and we'll all see you tomorrow for another great 2 sessions. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you, Cindy.
I request everybody to share the handles, social media handles, so that they can subscribe our channel.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you, madam.
We can
Thank you.
definitely share that, yes. Krishna Bharat sir will add on the Instagram and YouTube credentials. You can also watch the recording on YouTube, which will be posted soon. So if you want to review the classes and review the presentations and sessions that we have conducted today, they will be posted in the YouTube channel. You can easily have an access to it.
Okay, thank you, Cindy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Do you have any further queries?
We are open to questions if anyone wants to question.
We still have 10 minutes time, so let's utilize it to the maximum. How did you get this idea of picking the topic of illusion?
Okay. So as psychologists, we get a lot of questions, right? You know this, you must answer to this question, or you might have a full knowledge. Just look at my face and, just tell what I'm thinking.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
This
this
is
is
the very basic question that we all get. So I was just thinking, do I know everything? Or, do I really know answers to these questions? Or am I a good therapist if I don't know a lot of things? So that is when I understood there is an illusion of understanding. Sometimes we
Yes.
think we know a lot, but we just don't know. That is when the drop of the ocean as well. I was talking to one of my colleagues. He's the one who suggested this line. He told me this line. So that is when I was just redirecting everything to this part.
I can also relate. If you say that you're a psychologist, they immediately connect you with Rajnikant and Chandramukhi.
Bombard you with a
They
lot of
expect you to read
questions.
your face and immediately understand what's going on in your mind. But that's not actually true. And you can't assume what's happening in a one person. And throughout the experience also, I have also understood that once you understand something throughout the experience, like after a couple of sessions, your understanding changes.
Yes.
So having that little open mind and also giving space for putting in your perception and some kind of assumptions is good, but
Yes.
completely letting your understanding decided by the perception is not okay. That is where you fall into the illusion that you'll know everything.
The trap of illusion.
Yes. You will stop perceiving that person and there will be no progress.
Yes. Does
Yes.
anyone here also, have you ever experienced this statement like you are a psychologist, you must know everything, you should have answers to every questions?
Like that.
Oh, yeah. Just recently, just like an hour ago, I was having a conversation with someone like, "Oh, you're a psychologist, you know everything." No, I'm like, "Oh God, where do I even begin to tell you?"
Uh, it happens always and often.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Often, uh, my family members also, you are a psychologist, but you don't know, like, you don't know this simple thing. You can't understand this thing like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Looking at the spouse,
They
ma'am, looking at our spouse, we can make out we are in illusion only. We don't know about them much. It takes many more years to understand.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
As a
absolutely.
lifetime illusion, that is.
Yes.
True, sir.
Yes.
Okay, madam. Congrats.
Nice to go,
Okay, congrats,
yes.
madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We'll come up with more sessions.
In
we
the
have
future.
very interesting topics coming up. So I hope to see all of you guys in the next coming up sessions as well.
There's an answer
Yes.
in the chat box, Sindhu. They feel that we are programmed in such a way that we function on auto mode. Right. It happens. Sometimes we have to answer in the system one thinking, then we take some
Yes.
time and then go to system two thinking.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Ma'am, usually when we say that we are perceiving psychology, the immediate question they come, I think you know what is running in my mind is a big relation.
Yes.
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 They expect you to turn into Rajnikant from Chandramukhi.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. You are true. Yeah. They expect it. They expect it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to read their mind.
Mind.
There were a
So,
couple of incidents where I actually answered them. I took some time and I was like, I think you need to understand yourself and not let other person tell about you. You should reflect upon yourself.
Yes.
You're asking because you're unaware of who you are in the first place.
and sometimes we're also asked to give, free suggestions.
Yeah. Like just like a tip. You can
Yeah.
find it.
Know it all again.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can find that tip anywhere.
Yes.
Yes. So, yes. So you all can give a lot of feedback in the feedback form that is in the chat box. We'll be looking forward for your responses.
Yes. Somebody is asking the YouTube channel's name as well.
I think Sir has put up.
So
Okay.
has put up a Facebook channel, Facebook account.
Okay.
Link.
We'll put it in the tomorrow's chat box.
Yes.
All right. Over to you, Sindhu.
YouTube
Okay,
link
then.
we can put in our chat box.
Oh, okay. Sir.
Okay, sir.
Hi.
Okay, everyone, thank you. Thank you so much.
Ciao.
Thank you so much for attending. I hope to see every single one of you guys tomorrow as well.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Sindhu. Thank you so much.
Nice,
Thank you,
Vaishnavi.
everyone. Good night, guys.
Good night. Have a great day.
So good night, everybody. Good night, all. Thank you for all your participants. Thank you all participants for sparing us your valuable time. Thank you all. And good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.